No more than a hoax. The steam just got ears. He's heard some good jokes. I got a number, got a name, and I know it's all the same. When I walk my path down the line, I'm unclear on a point, working in the noise. It's a free way to go. My old friend, he's at the end. He's at the end of his rope. That girl's weird. She's getting weirder all the time. She once was a lover, but she was not mine. That girl's short on cigarettes. I smoke them all since we were friends. That girl's right.
Hello. We gotta check our levels.
Check.
Check our levels in our headphones.
Check.
Everything sound good? Are you okay over there?
I'm a little light.
You are a little bit light. How about that?
Check. Sounds great.
There we go. We got a little bit more tippity tappity. Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Paul Gubbins Show from the basement.
We're here.
And the name of this show is
Episode 3.
Episode 3, but it's got a title. Okay, I'm gonna go to. This is what we need to do more of is just me going to my website. We'll go to my website right here on my phone, and I'll talk us through this.
How's your cookie clicking?
Pretty good.
We were
500 billion.
we were up to 800 billion, and I spent all the cookies buying new stuff, which is just a joy, you
I
know.
can understand that.
Okay,
I've bought cookies.
so be careful with that. I keep moving it around, you know, and then you're auto clicking everything. You just bought like 10 million Lamborghinis.
Oh, not again.
You know, yeah. I've got all these Lamborghinis. Okay, so this episode is called Yes, We Really Are Continuing with This. It's the name of the episode.
That's great. That's exactly how I feel.
Okay. And yeah, so there is so we do have there's a lot of things to do this time. A lot of
Tell
fun
me.
things. Okay, well, I'll just go where the spirit leads me. So number 1,
Yes.
we're going to record an ad during the show today.
What?
For which
I have $30 of Facebook ad credit. So we're going to run an ad for the radio show. We're going to record an ad for the radio show, and then use my $30 credit to
promote.
promote it.
That sounds great.
And the ad is going to be like this. I'm just going to cut it out. Like this might be the ad.
Right.
We're just going to put it on Facebook. Going to spend the $30. I'm looking at you. You got to do that part. You're probably wondering, what do you say in an ad?
I think you just promote the item.
Oh, but I thought you had to have a funny story, or
Well,
like
you can put a funny story.
like-
You can tell the history of the radio program, or you can just generically click cookies. It doesn't really matter.
How about this? I thought that might make a little noise.
For those of you at home who didn't hear, Paul stuck 2 fingers in a glass of water and shook them around. Nothing happened.
I would think of
audibly.
I think a radio show ad or any kind of ad. What? I don't know. I'm not real happy with my levels. But I think a radio show ad or any ad of any kind should include, you would think it would include, you would think that it would include, sorry, I'm just testing my levels.
Testing your levels.
Sound effects.
Well, what was the name of the person who was in charge of making sound effects on radio programs? They had a special name.
Wiglibigilur. It's a funny name. It's like the Ligglever. What's it called? The guy that does the
sound effects. He shakes the cardboard and smashes the lettuce to make it sound like a fist. And but there is a specific term.
Sound effect guy. Sound artist name.
Foley artist. Yeah, the Foley artist. So
look, we have no viewers.
We have no viewers.
So, okay. What? Wait. Do you want to? Are you?
I don't know. Not really. You could make one of those mobile ads, and it's like only masters can reach 3rd episode or something.
Yeah, that'd be a good ad. And I've got like $8 after fees in Facebook money that I can spend on ads. I think I can. I'm not sure how to access that money that your close companion.
That's almost like an inheritance. It's come from the family.
For me,
yeah.
That is, I think, probably my inheritance. That's all you owed me.
I didn't owe you anything.
But then I owe you.
You don't owe me anything. We don't owe anything to each other.
Okay, well.
You owe $5 a person to the fools that paid you.
Of entertainment.
To hear me giggle.
You're a little noisy over here on your microphone.
Oh, I start speaking up and he cuts me out.
No, just turn down the head space a little bit. Turn down the head space. Turn down the head space. Okay, so talked about the ad. I think we might have even got an ad in there. You know, we got it. See, talk about these things and then it's over. It's like you talked about it.
That's why we don't talk about the show ahead of time. Because we ruin all of our thoughts ahead of time.
We talked about personal things ahead of time.
That's right.
Personal things that we probably shouldn't repeat in here, but I think I left a microphone on. I did notice I had a microphone on and it was doing the pre-show stuff and Kristen was in here talking to me. And I went back and I listened to it all. Can you hear what we're saying? I don't remember what we were saying. Were we talking about somebody? Were we talking about our private lives?
Let's hope not. Paul, I see you have an amp behind you, a guitar amplifier.
Yeah, we got something. Oh, okay, here we go. This is going to be. I brought this out. Turn that little booger on over there. The amp's got a nice spring reverb. You can't find spring reverbs anymore. I don't think anybody makes a spring reverb, and any spring reverb is just rare and wonderful. I used to have a nice one, but I don't have it anymore. But now I've got this one. I love it. I love my spring reverb. And what's funny is you can use an amp like this as an effects send on a board. You know, if it's got a headphone jack. This one's got a headphone jack.
Oh, that's great. Ins and outs.
Okay, now what's this? There you go. Now you're like playing the rock and roll guitar.
I can't see anything.
That's a nice.
That's a good sound.
Yeah, I'm real happy with that. Hey, flip it back. It's got a nice clipper here. That's all we're doing
Sounds
of that?
Well, I mean, we can move on to it in a little bit. Flip that switch. Flip that switch, and I'll flip the switch.
There you go. Okay.
We'll be prepared.
Now pull me that end out there. This is a little trick here, and we're gonna pop this into the effects send, and hopefully we will. Sometimes really could. Ah! Okay.
Great. Now we can have
Some
effects.
noisy. Now here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, what was that? If I do the wrong thing, it's gonna like send shrieks through all of our ears. I think this is the
I
right
can't
place.
wait.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, wait. You know what?
You have to turn your amp on.
Okay. Okay, everybody be prepared. Be prepared. Oh my. It's a little much. Little much. Little much.
Oh, that's spooky.
It is a little spooky. It is a little spooky. That's going to, you know how spring reverb works?
That sounds great.
Yeah. Spring reverb. Wait, now I'm
Can you-
twisting
can you-
all the wrong way. Yeah, there we go.
Can you tap the amp and make it?
Yeah,
reverb?
but I don't want to. I don't want to do that to that amp. I don't want. I don't want to mess up my springs. I don't want to
Yeah.
knock them out of place.
I'm going to do it for you.
My old amp. That's for your bass guitar too. You're going to be playing on that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how you got that hooked up.
Where is that bass guitar at?
It's up that Hofner up there. Hofner copy.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah, we're going to be like the Beatles.
Yeah.
We're
just-
going to play some. Look, you know, this is a good format. We've already got through 10 minutes.
yeah.
You know, how much more can we? How much more does anybody expect from us than that?
No one expects anything from us, and that's a great thing. Since
Okay.
no one showed up for the show except for us.
Now, when I pull this, wait, oh no. Okay, I think that was just in studio. We're getting a lot of peak. We're peaking pretty good. I think we're probably too loud, but oh, whatever. Okay, look at that cavalier attitude I'm having. Oh, you know what's interesting? So, you know, nobody watches our show, right?
I don't.
I mean,
we
um,
currently have 3 current viewers.
oh, we do. Well, look at that. We got our viewers back. But now afterwards, they get like 20, 30, 40 views.
That's not bad for 2 of us. Oh, for me anyway.
What do you mean? You expect to draw 30 people?
I expect to draw 0 people,
That's what I'm saying. It's,
but I have low expectations.
it's like we've gone viral
There's a virus.
amongst a group of small group of people, you know?
Well, that's great.
Okay, so
I'm excited about that.
you know,
can
anybody
tell.
that wants to chat can chat in. That's the whole that's the whole point of the way YouTube set up there. That's why YouTube copied their format off of me
yeah,
with
to
the chat. So we
just
can
to
chat.
bring people up to today, Paul invented the YouTube format, the live streaming chat. It was all invented by Paul nearly 20 years ago.
Not only did I invent the format of the live streaming and the chat, I envisioned the whole YouTube years before. And I started talking to other people I knew that, you know, were programmers or hardware people and saying like, you know, do you think we're at the point, could we put something together and make a website where people could share video with each other? And everybody was like, well, that's a great idea. And nobody had thought of that yet. So, but you know, it was we weren't quite there with the, you know, it was still had like VHS tapes, running them into like it was. So you know, so I do have a bunch of topics and stuff. Did I
Well,
ot you off?
No,
Were
you
saying
haven't cut me
something
off at all.
important?
I don't believe you cut me off. If you have, I've forgotten what we were discussing in the first
Okay.
place. Oh, I think I was telling people the history of the show, and I think they know now. But feel free to chime in. There is open chat on
Open chat.
YouTube.
We'll talk to you. We'll talk
Yeah.
right to you. You can ask us anything,
Yeah, feel free
and
to
we'll
ask us
talk
anything.
about other things.
Are you going to go see John Mellencamp next May when he plays at the Old National Events Center?
Probably not.
Tickets are expensive.
Is he going to come see me on my radio show? We're connected, you know, John Mellencamp and I.
Really?
Hoosiers.
Oh, because you're both Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, both of us.
Yeah,
What about you? Are you a Hoosier?
yeah, sure enough.
Yeah. There we go.
Born and bred.
I'm sure he's watching. He's the third viewer. He'd always support another Hoosier. So Winnie and I have discussed, you know, how Indiana should change its name.
Two.
Well, it needs to remove, because you can't call it Indiana. That's Indian with an A at the end. That's like the Redskins and the Hatchet Jobbers, whatever they're called. All
Right.
those, you can't call it Indiana anymore. So we thought we'd call it Hoosiana.
Hoosiana.
And I thought all good Hoosiers would be like, at first they'd get angry when they found out that they were taking away the name of their state, right?
Especially when they have to change the name of the capital to Hoosianapolis.
But it works. But then when they find out that the new name is Hoosiana, I think everybody just goes along with that, you know.
Can I tell a quick story about the word Hoosier?
What if I said no?
Well, I wouldn't tell a story.
Well, go ahead.
Thank you. In my travels, I used to frequent a salvage pool in Bridgeton, Missouri. And one day, someone was discussing, as I was paying for my cars, they were discussing their requirement for trying to find some party favors to give out at their wedding. And they said, well, we're thinking about doing this. We're thinking about doing that. And I said, you can always get some monogrammed solo cup koozies. That sounds about like the right level. That's what they were shooting for. Something along those lines. Something, you know, jokingly useless, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, upon stating that, the person said, "Oh, that sounds so Hoosier." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" And she said, "Well, you know, Hoosier."
Well, where were they from?
They're from Missouri.
Okay. You probably said that earlier in the story.
I don't know if I did. Bridgeton, Missouri is where I was at.
Okay.
So that sounds so Hoosier. And I said, "What's that supposed to mean?" She's like, "You know, Hoosier, just trash." And I said, "Do you know what a Hoosier is?" And she said, "No, just it's trash, isn't it?" And I said, "That's what they call people from Indiana." And she's like, "Yeah, that's probably about right."
Do you know that my name, Gubbins, means trash, too?
Yeah.
So it's all the
Slang.
way.
Well,
It's all the way
trash
through.
from trash. I guess that's what it is.
Oh, boy. Okay, so
Paul, I see that you have some topics there.
are you looking at them?
No, I can't read upside
Okay.
down. I can't read with my glasses on. I have to take them off to read.
I have to take my shirt off to read.
Oh. Keep clicking that cookie.
Oh, you know, we got a new feature. Can you, never mind. Oh, crap.
Forgot to record?
No. Ah, we just forget to record at the beginning. It's okay. But they're on YouTube. And if I get the professional account, I think I can download them from YouTube.
Or you can just hit start recording and we can just keep going.
We could, but go ahead and start recording. But it's the same thing. But they'll never see this recording. This is my own recording. You know, like if I wanted to.
For posterity, it'll be recorded.
Yeah. Okay. Now I completely forgot what I was.
A new feature on the program.
Yeah. Go click on the ad text down there. Right here. Ad text under sources. Sources. Make it visible.
Oh, yeah.
Make his eye. No, click on his eyeball.
Oh.
There. That was supposed to be up when we were doing our ad. So put it up. But no, put it at the top. I think isn't that better?
Over the cookie? You
Well, I
click the
guess
cookie?
take the cookie clicker out.
Okay.
We don't need the cookie clicker. We'll bring it in if we need it. Okay. Now we're going to do the ad. So, this is the video from my radio show. We're on the air, live on the radio. And we're doing an ad for Facebook.
This is very similar to the ads we did on YouTube that were promos for the first program.
Very, very much so. And this way, since I can see how to, I'm going to point to the, see this up here? Which way we go? Oh, I got to go this way. I'm drifting. Okay, this is where the radio, I can't do it. That's the radio show. So if you want to see the radio show, you go there where it says it up there at the top and at that time. And that's when it will be. Good job. Good job, Brian.
Good job, Paul.
His hand's a lot bigger than mine.
No.
Okay. So
That's
take the
perspective.
ad thing away now, and we're
All
just
right.
back to normal.
Back to normal. Back to clicking cookies.
That's a pretty good ad. What if that just showed up on the your? What if you saw that on one of those video billboards?
I would be more excited to see it on a bus.
Like on the side of a bus.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Video side of a bus.
What about if you put a bus bench out in your front yard?
What if I put a bus out in my front yard? What if I've got a projector, like a digital
Well,
projector.
Yeah, you should just project it onto your.
I have to use VHS tapes with it though. It's not digital.
It's RCA jacks in.
Well, yeah, so I can plug other stuff into
Yeah.
it. But
I have one, but it's not a very good quality one.
mine's got a nice chain attached to it, so you can lock it up to something.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
Who'd you steal that from? The previous owner forgot to lock
I
it.
got it at a garage sale. I bought it at a show, a gun show.
Gun show. It was in an alley.
Okay, so what are we in now? 20 minutes. Every 10 minutes I check.
You have good timing.
So good timing. How are you doing over there, Winnie?
I'm okay.
Okay, that's good. So let me look on my thing.
Always smiling.
Okay, so now I did think that one thing I thought we could do. Now this is so do you remember, you played in bands a little bit, right? A
little bit,
as a
yeah.
kid?
Yeah.
In high school?
Really, really bad bands.
Do you remember the first time that you played music with other people, like with drums and a bass, and you
Yeah.
were doing it and it was like,
It sounded awesome.
oh
but
yeah, I have the recording.
You have the recording of it?
Yeah.
I have a photograph of a little 3x5. It was in my dad's garage
Oh,
on 3rd Avenue.
of you and your band?
Yeah, me and my friends playing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But I don't have it on my phone. I was wanting to play it, and it's nice because I was at my friend Jim's house, and my friend Brandon Bunner was there, and Jim had all this crazy equipment, like I think it was stolen. But so he had huge PA speakers. I'm
Oh,
like
yeah?
15. I'm 15. He's like 17. Drums, had microphones on everything, and we're running through a
Mic'd it all,
board.
yeah?
And we're mixing it down to 2 tracks and recording it. And so
Really?
and then like we hit record, and he's like, okay, you're playing bass, and he's like, tell me what to do, like and what to play, and then I'm trying to play it a little bit, and then Brandon plays the drums a little bit, and we just start. And it's nice. I mean, it is like it's beautiful, because they're just boys like doing all they can,
Making music.
to state it. And so I thought we'd play that,
Yeah.
and but I don't know where to find it right now.
So it's somewhere on your phone?
No, I don't think it's on my phone. It's on. It's some. It's music I
It's
have.
archived somewhere.
Yeah, I just have. It's not very organized, but there's a lot of digital copies of things in
That's great.
places.
I
so-
got it on Betamax at home.
But I thought we'd try to recreate it when we play a
we
little boogie woogie later, and you play
we could-
bass and she plays drums, and we'd be
That'd
like,
be great.
be like playing in a band.
Yeah. A
So-
really amateur band.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody about your family band that used to play for like was it Christmas or something? You guys put on a talent show. Your family?
Like here, just in my own home.
No, like your family, like extended family. You do a talent show, or
It was Chris Dickens, maybe.
was it? I thought it was you. I thought you and Kristen like played. She played drums, you played guitar, and sang a song, or
We did a little something. One year we did a little something, but it wasn't like everybody thought it was cool. It was like it was like, oh, like what's
Oh.
going on? And then we kind of got. I think, my brother and I got carried away. I think like singing and playing like a keyboard a lot, and then got my stepmom like involved, and it just was. I think it was like, I think it, probably the tone and like became like, well, isn't this supposed to be Christmas? Like, aren't we supposed to be doing this? But instead, we're like acting like fools.
I think it's
Yeah.
about being together as a family.
I don't know. Hey, look, now you made my cookie clicker go away. Okay.
How many current viewers do we have? Winnie?
Okay. Check us out. Check us out, viewer wise.
1.
Oh.
We had 2.
2 at one time.
Well,
Nobody chatting. Nobody seems to care.
I believe that my mother-in-law,
Mackenzie?
my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law Sherry is
Is she?
said she would be listening, so she might be the only viewer.
It might be Kristen.
It might be Kristen.
But why would she listen? Did she really enjoy it? Did she enjoy it?
We have to. She said it was very interesting.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I don't expect everybody to enjoy it,
I expect people to hate it. Honestly,
Well, and it's kind of like an acquired taste. I'm just going off
if I think people that enjoy just sitting and talking about different things would enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And I think if you come in expecting at 10:15 we're going to do this, and at news on the half an hour. That's not what you're going to get. You're just going to get two guys, or three people and three individuals just chatting about things
beneath a cookie clicker.
beneath the cookie clicker.
Yeah, we're not
So-
just chatting. We're having serious showtime here.
I mean, yeah, we're discussing things relevant to the show.
Oh, I had a great idea, and it was that we could be frauds, and just say that we had instead of saying we had 2 viewers,
Oh.
we could say we had 2 million,
Oh,
and we could pretend and just
well, we should be more realistic about our pretending.
okay, say 20.
Yeah, like, okay, look, lots of chatters there.
Oh,
who
yeah,
do
there
we
you
have
go.
clicking in? Oh,
Clicking
okay.
in. Bobby.
Oh my God.
Hi, Bobby. Wait, yes, she's enjoying it.
Yeah,
We have
that's
100% satisfaction.
great. That's great.
That's great.
But we could say something like, Evansville's mayor, former mayor Jonathan Winesapple is listening in. He's commented that he's going to be supporting us in every venture we have in the future.
Just like by decree. This
By decree.
former mayor.
Former mayor decree.
That's
Yeah, what kind of how do former mayors of small towns feel after they are no longer the mayor?
I don't. I mean, I knew Frank McDonald real well.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, since we were family friends, or like when I was little,
Uh-huh.
me and our family and 3 or 4 other families were together a lot doing
I met
family
him.
stuff.
I met him one time in the 5th grade. He came to our school and walked around and he shook people's hands. I thought it was pretty special. I got to meet the
Right.
mayor.
And we went to church with him, and he would he'd be smoking in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, we'd go in there and he'd be in there smoking because we'd always leave to go to the bathroom to get out of church, And so we'd go in the bathroom and he'd be in there smoking. And then my dad would say something to him, about smoking in the bathroom. And he'd say, shit, these kids don't care or whatever, and we'd be like, he's the mayor.
He's the mayor.
He may not have been the mayor yet then. I don't know.
Well, he was the mayor when I was in 5th grade, so that'd be 1987-ish.
Yeah.
86 or 87, I think.
Franklin Freeman McDonald the second.
The second, yeah. Got to be
Yeah.
the second.
Well, then his father was mayor.
We have a lot of history of
Yeah.
generational mayorships.
Yeah. Well, then, there were the Lloyds.
Yeah.
And then we had the one that his first name was Lloyd.
Lloyd currently.
Yeah, that's our mayor now. Is
I've run into that
like
guy.
we just vote. People vote for him because his name's Lloyd, and we have a road named Lloyd, so they assume that
Don't wanna
Lloyd's
cha-
a good mayor.
They don't want to change the name of the expressway, so they
Right.
got to keep him. He's not running for re-election, so
I thought about running.
yeah.
I mean, I
Running
always think
for
about,
mayor or just running in general?
I think every time I always think about running for everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
when I
but-
ran for president, remember?
I don't.
You don't remember when I ran for president? It was I didn't run in 2012, but I said I was going to run in 2012, like in 2005. And I made a website and it was called Paul for President. And I gave all my because I wasn't old enough until 2012,
I see.
and so I gave all my qualifications. Like I was president of the Richard Nixon fan club in high school, it's political experience, and then it had a little picture of me with my little head at the top, like vote for me, and it was just
Well, could we visit it on the Wayback Machine?
I think so, but then I let it go after a while because I really wasn't going to run, and it was after a while it pointed to Ron Paul's website, when he ran.
How would you like to have sold that website to him?
He probably wouldn't have paid much, and I couldn't give it to him because that'd be a campaign donation. I guess I could give him a campaign donation. Ron Paul, why not? I mean, who has any problem with him? I guess people do.
No matter who you are, you will have people that have problems with you.
They always say you shouldn't talk about politics or religion. That's how they get us, We're not allowed to talk about it with each other, either one of them, so they just control us.
They don't.
They do. Okay, but we won't talk about it. Okay, so fraud. Well, this one, I don't know if that's pretty good.
Well, to the 30,000 viewers we have out there,
30,000.
we're small in Evansville, but we're very big in Prague currently, broadcasting in Middle Europe.
Oh.
Man, I've got a lot of content here. I just don't know. I don't know if I want to share any of it.
Don't share all of it. Just share maybe a third of the way down the list, maybe 2/3 down the list.
Yeah, it's funny the little things I have written down here.
Is it funny that I don't bring any content to the
No,
program?
I mean it's not funny.
Is it upsetting to you?
No, I'm just saying it's
Is
the
it
content you don't bring isn't funny.
The content I do bring is not funny
It's
either.
all right, but you don't bring it. Okay.
It's been brought.
I mean, I don't know if I want to talk about any of these things.
Well, don't.
I could though.
What we're discussing now between us is the content we don't want to discuss between us.
Okay, but here's this. I said on here. I said on here. I have to point out, I'm not saying this on the radio show. I said it on here. That's different. Okay.
It is a different media.
Oh, you know what? I do think I've wondered. So I've got all these views on the radio show. People are watching it at least for a second, and you can get a lot in a second. And I think I've been wondering like I haven't talked to Steve Cefalo about doing the radio show. You know, well you're doing that right there on screen.
I know.
That could be part of the fun. Like we could do sport browsing. And so I haven't talked Steve Cefalo, like he's my original very first episode co-host. We're supposed to be listening to us, me and Steve, on the first show, and that's what we were supposed to do last show, and we never got to it. We're still trying to get to it. But I haven't even, and then I posted about it somewhere, like on some weird place where, like Instagram or something. I think it was on Instagram where I don't really connect with people. Except people I don't know some, and then but Steve, and then he was like said something like, I want to be a part of it, and I didn't even comment back, and I feel like Steve's out there. If you're listening, I do want you to be a part of the show. Just that I should give that out to Steve.
I've suggested you call people, Paul.
Well, but I don't have it set up like I used to. I'm not sure how to do it anymore.
You're not sure how to do it. I don't believe you.
It's also
I'm not sure I
different.
know. I want to know how to do it.
Okay, so I just but we'll get them. We'll get it going. We'll get the scragglers out there coming back home to the Paul Gubbins show. I've already got Ryan here.
I'm here. Here I am.
He's getting messages. He seems to be distracted. Is that like passing notes in class? Okay, it's probably something
don't think so.
serious. So
I had to make sure it wasn't a emergency contact.
okay, here's a topic, and then we probably should start thinking about doing the boogie woogie before too long.
What time's it getting to be?
7:30.
10 minutes in. I just checked the time. 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Pretty
So this is something I've been thinking about lately, especially when I watch the squirrels out in the yard. I think what's wrong with humans? Like, what's wrong with humans that after all these millions of years of evolution, or whether we were created, either way, we should be better at taking care of ourselves.
good. Some people are very good at taking care of
I don't, but
themselves.
not all of us. Like, I don't know how to do it. Like, if you put me out in my habitat, like, where's my habitat?
You're in your habitat.
I'm in my habitat right now. I can't eat. Why would I be here with this when I can't eat it? Like, it's not a very good habitat for me as a person needs to eat, like as an animal.
This is your exercise wheel.
the whole thing is,
Yeah.
man, who set it up? Who set up this exercise wheel?
Yep.
It's a good question. I didn't mean to get into that, but
Well, if you needed to, you have plenty of lawn.
I've been
To
starting to
grow-
grow stuff.
to
I'm not
grow.
very good at it, and I don't know, like the but it's just funny. It's funny that it all broke, like people used to know how to take care of each other, or
Oh,
take
yeah,
care of
certainly.
things, and then now it's nobody knows how to.
Some communities still do. That's what the Amish are good at.
Yeah,
Taking care
that
of
is
each other
true. That is true. And then I thought, well, how did this
without
happen?
distraction.
Like, so kind of like we're in the wrong environment,
Well, yeah, certainly.
But how did what happened? Because of all those commercials, they come out with something new, and they make it. They say, like, you're going to be so much happier once you have this thing. Not like the bad days before we had this. And then it's like, oh, so we just believe everything's better, you know? And, you know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Everybody's always like, you know, back when I was a child, everybody was dead. I just don't know whether I believe it.
I think times change so quickly, and everyone's always yearning for what they had before, but they're always grasping at what they can get next.
That's profound.
Thanks. Just thought that up in my old tiny little brain.
Oh. Now we'll pause. Have a
We'll-
moment of silence.
We'll just think about it for a minute. When he's gonna Google
Are you
it,
looking
make
something
sure.
up? You could just speak. Your part of the radio show could just be speaking through browsing.
Yeah.
You know, I remember back like
Medieval times, as in the dinner theater.
No.
Oh, because I've been there.
Middle Ages.
Mm.
Did they even exist? Yeah, that's a good question.
What's that?
Are they real? The Middle Ages. You know, there wasn't any printing press. They had no way to mass produce any of their information. So all the information we have from the Middle Ages is like one little piece of paper where somebody wrote like something on it, and then they said, this is our information. You know.
Yeah. But strangely enough, a lot of that information still does exist from the Middle Ages. It's the Dark Ages that you don't get the information from.
Wait, isn't it the same?
No. The Dark Ages is from about 500 AD until like the 10th century.
Okay, then the Middle Ages start more in the 10th century.
Okay.
Dark Ages, fifth and 14th century until the Enlightenment. But the Middle Ages, I would think, still. Does that just start when the Enlightenment? When's the Middle Ages? When did they say there?
5th and 15th centuries.
5th to 15th.
The Middle Ages.
Middle Ages is a
I
little bit.
suppose it's just in the depends on what you consider Middle Ages and Dark Ages.
Well, the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages is a subset of the Middle Ages.
I suppose you could say that. It's the time from the fall of the Roman Empire until the beginning of the Renaissance. I suppose is what they consider it. But there was rule of law in England. 1086, the Magna Carta was signed. You know, they gave people the laws to abide by. And so, I mean, there was, and that document still exists.
It does seem convenient, that we celebrate all the, like the Magna Carta, we celebrate it. Like,
I don't think we really celebrate the Magna Carta.
We don't celebrate it?
I think we probably discuss it every once in a while. It's probably studied.
but isn't it like, it's like part of, isn't it part of, I remember thinking like it was one of the building blocks of
Oh.
like how we got to our great
Yeah, certainly.
thing to have now,
Yeah, the Code of Hammurabi.
It's
The
when
Ten
they-
Commandments, the Code of Hammurabi.
It's all when
Yeah.
they like start giving us rules.
Yeah.
Like the more they give us rules, the more they tell us we should be happy about it. And they call it progress.
Or is it 1066? Is that the Battle of Hastings?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a lot of important dates I can't remember anymore.
I never was good at dates.
What about figs?
Figs and raisins.
I used to quote A Raisin in the Sun quite a bit.
Is that a
play.
Violent Femme song?
No, it's a play about the urban society. But I used to quote this line. It's one of my favorite. Damn the eggs! Damn the eggs never was!
Say it again more quietly so I can understand it. Damn the eggs.
Damn the eggs! Damn the eggs there ever was!
Damn the eggs there ever was. That's a good line. I like that.
Sidney Poitier did it more eloquently than I have, but
He was in those some of those Left Behind movies.
Was
near
he
the end.
really?
I think so. Maybe not Left Behind. Okay. Okay. Oh, this was the best idea I had.
what was that?
That we should experiment with doing the show at gunpoint.
I mean, isn't it at gunpoint for me every time?
Well, and so we'd bring in the gunmen. They'd be right there off camera. We can't have them on camera at any time, of course, because that would break a law of some kind. But we'll have the gunmen here and we'll just do the show and we'll be always reacting to being held at gunpoint the whole time. But that's how maybe it's not such a good idea.
Maybe we'll just sit and look, side shift eyes.
Be like,
Yeah, that's right.
just to help us get our energy going, get the adrenaline running. They could be cocking the gun and like releasing it, putting their finger on the trigger. You know, man, that would be scary.
Probably.
Yeah, we shouldn't do that. I changed my mind.
Yeah, let's try a different idea.
Okay, let me move on from that because that could get
One
dangerous.
time, I'll tell you a story. One time, me and Brian Sigler and Dave Peterson, and I can't remember, there was one or two other people. We went skateboarding at Wrights High School, and Dave skated down the hill to the lower parking lot, and someone pulled a gun on him. In the parking lot, someone pulled up and pulled a gun on him.
Just like some young person.
I don't remember if it was a young person. It was somebody who was up to no good,
Yeah.
trying to start trouble.
I've had guns drawn on me, you know, but they were held by, law enforcement officers. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't in any real danger, I guess, I don't know. They were nervous. They were very nervous. I mean, I'm like, how can I make anybody nervous? But they were nervous, Maybe it's the red hair. Like, maybe they thought I was Irish.
Yeah.
And they were like,
He's been drunk all night.
those Irish people, they're always causing problems. That's what they say, But yeah, I've several times been detained by military police. I've been
Really?
detained by military police. Not detained technically, but I did not feel comfortable leaving, and I believe I had my hands in the air. And I had to start explaining really fast what was going on. But once I got the explanation out, everything was cool, and just got in my car and left, Fort Sam Houston, and is that in Austin?
Don't know.
I think it's in Austin or San Antonio. Yeah,
It's definitely in Texas.
definitely in Texas. I got pulled over by Texas Rangers one time. Flat top, pants tucked into the boots.
Oh, yeah.
He brought me out, gun drawn, and put me on the ground.
Were you in your traveling van?
I was in my van, yeah.
Full of books?
Well, no, it had. I had just bought a bunch of. What do you call it? Product. Bought a bunch of product. When you're a dealer, retail dealer like I was, buying a bunch of product, and I had it all in my van. It was all sealed and closed, in boxes and stuff. And the guy.
You might want to emphasize.
Well, when I get through the story, we'll
Yeah,
get
okay.
there because I'm getting pulled over, And so the guy gets out and he draws me out, and I'm like, oh, sure. I get out, and he's like, why didn't you pull over? I was like, I did, Did you have your siren? He didn't have his sirens on, And then he had those little trim lights, and you couldn't really see him in my van. And but then he put me on the ground. He waited for backup. The backup got there, the more Texas Rangers, and they sat with me there. And then the mood calmed down once he got away. And he spent 20 minutes going through my van, cutting stuff open, looking at it. It's like little pieces of leather, like all the stuff I used to sell. And he was sniffing. He pressed the air thing, the on one of the tires and smelled the air coming out of it. And he was tapping around. And my van had this paneling and this loose insulation on it. And he was tapping around on it like he was listening. But it would all tap differently. Like that could have had drugs hidden everywhere in my van. And he just acted like he was. And then he was all like, and then they just let me go.
One time me and Brian got pulled over on Washington Avenue. Brian had a car that was covered in stickers, and it was a target for police. It looked bad.
Yeah.
So we got pulled over on Washington Avenue, and they asked us if there was anything in the car, and we jokingly, laughing like, no, there's nothing in the car. Feel free to look. And so they started, digging around. But at the time, it was full of trash. I mean, there was so much trash in that car. And they just had trash all over the ground. They just kept digging it out of the
They cleaned it
floorboards.
up.
No, they didn't.
They just drove off.
No.
Did you-
We cleaned it up eventually after they dug it all out.
Well,
We-
why'd you clean? Why don't you just leave it out? Since the police
Well.
just scattered trash everywhere, you know.
But the funny thing is they got done, and I said, well, that back seat comes up too.
Did they?
So they took the back seat up, and they dug around some more.
That's nice. Yeah.
But, we knew there wasn't going to be anything there, but they sure thought there was going to be something there. It's good times.
I don't think this guy even thought I had anything. I think he was just putting on some kind of weird show, you know.
I guess it's like fishing.
Yeah.
You fish enough, you're going to catch something.
Well, but he wasn't really looking. I mean, he wasn't like he was. So he sniffed the air of one of my tires. So my spare tire in the car was a different size than the rest of the tires, and it was in the car, in the truck, in the van, and he didn't even look at it. That's the tire he needed to sniff, not one of the ones that I've been driving on. Why would I put the drugs in that one? It was just weird.
Well, the stuff you sold was weird too. You
Yeah.
know, like Torx,
I'm trying to think if I had.
pencils, and rulers, and
I bought a good cargo van load of. Hey, did you spend all of our cookies?
Yeah.
Well, we should have had some commentary on that. Brian Epstein's Bakery. We wanted to name it after one of the Beatles,
Brian Epstein.
and not Pete Best. We didn't want to do Pete Best. And then who's the other one?
Stuart Sutcliffe.
Stuart Sutcliffe.
Stuart Sutcliffe. I'm not familiar with Stuart.
Yeah, he was like.
He
their-
died.
Yeah, in like the 60s. He was John Lennon's art school friend.
Oh.
John Lennon's art school friend. He died like in '60 before they got famous. But he was. There's like 3 Beatles pictures where there's just this other guy off to the side.
Oh,
And
interesting.
it's- Yeah, this guy that they didn't like, after Paul died, they replaced him, but when Stuart Sutcliffe died, they just let it go.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you just gotta let it go.
I
You
know.
let it be.
Let it be. That's what Mother Mary would say.
Yeah. She would say that.
Mary.
How many viewers do we have currently?
Okay. Concurrently, I think it's
Let's
the term.
let's take a guess. 2.
One.
Oh,
One. It's still my wife. Okay, this is a nice, easygoing episode. It's not
Yeah.
getting anybody riled up too much.
No, we're,
Let's see what else. I
pretty
got
laid
here.
back.
We rile people up usually.
You're not real.
Back in the old days, Winnie,
Did we?
there might have been 20, 25 people listening.
Oh my god.
Sometimes, once or twice, there was. Well, just once or twice.
Is that my wife?
Yeah.
What's it say?
It's Ryan's wife.
It's Ryan's wife.
Oh, that's who's listening now.
Yay!
Yay! Yay!
That means your wife left you.
Oh, she didn't leave me.
She just left the
She
program.
She can't. Why would she?
I guess she stopped enjoying it.
Perhaps. Okay. So one of the things we do on the show is we listen to a song,
Yeah.
and then we should probably do our final boogie woogie here.
We should
only
do
got
the
10
boogie
minutes.
woogie. We
What do you think we should?
yay!
What's that?
She said yay. I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know what she's happy about.
There's because of that slight delay.
Oh, probably because the show's going to be over in 10
Do you know
minutes.
how we could fix the delay?
How?
Instead of saying the words. I was going to say, instead of saying the words one right after another, we space them out a little bit.
What if we say the words we want to say 30 seconds before we want to say it, and then it'd be on time?
That is one way. It's not the 20. Oh, have I been putting these in the wrong?
Who knows?
What have I done?
No one
Wait,
knows.
what's playing? Nobody. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no, indeed.
All the way to Memphis.
Well, we only got 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm all. What am
Why
I
don't you?
doing?
I'll tell you what we should do. You should play music while we're setting up for the
That
boogie
is a
woogie.
great idea.
I know.
What's this guy right here?
That's great.
Do you know who that is?
No.
We gotta listen to the beginning here.
Eaglesy almost.
Come on. Wait, why am I losing an ear?
I lost an ear also.
Read it in the paper about how we won the war. I didn't even know one.
It's FON.
Is it?
And it's like about today's.
It's not a real war.
It talks about the Russians and the.
They're up to something.
Okay.
That's why we have to be prepared. We talk about world peace and about our goal to own it. We say we don't want anyone to die. Peace is just a thing that you talk about on bar stools. The only things that matter are the things you buy. And I don't know how we got to be so distant. Our eyes are open but we can't see. And I don't know where all of this will take us. Please don't say
What we're doing currently is
you see the people starving, and you say we want to feed them. If the doctrine's right, we'll let them eat. We talk about the homeless.
Man, that's.
You say they must
There we go.
praise.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
You think they want to sleep in the streets. And I don't know how we got to be so
It's pretty good sound.
I like my sneakers also.
Oh. I
distant.
could have got you a strap, I guess.
Well, I could still use the strap if you have one.
And I don't know where all of this will take us. Please don't say it's for me.
This is just like the old show. Oh, all this.
It's like trying to unravel a bowl of spaghetti.
Criticize the Russians for the hate, greed, and injustice. We can't
Oh,
even
wait,
call
yeah, you
them
used
by
that.
their real names. But we ought to take some thought when we say we hate the Soviets. 'Cause from what I can see, we're both the same. And I don't know how we got to be so distant. Our eyes are open, but we can't see. And I don't know where all of this will take us. Please don't say the plane's for me. Please don't say the plane's for me. Please don't say the plane's for me.
Okay, let's see here. Everything's a little bit. What's that?
No, I was just checking to see if you had your
Yeah,
mic
okay.
over there.
And yours are. You turn these-
Mine's good.
Well, I guess you. Yeah, I thought maybe it sits so you can have your microphone to talk, but Guess you can lean over and talk. Okay, it's pretty noisy. Pretty noisy.
Pretty noisy. That's the name of our first band, Pretty Noisy.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing? Do you know the? I'm starting off on A, which is just this. A, then I go up to D, then I go back to A, and then the E, 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 D, 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 A. So it's all open. So you can do the. But you can, you can do whatever you want to do. Wait, did we switch the camera angle
Yeah.
over?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's good?
Yeah, 'cause I'm smart like that.
Okay. That's pretty good. Doing pretty good, Boogie Woogie.
Sounds good.
You got a lot of noise, but I'm not sure where it's all coming from.
Come from me.
It's probably coming from that. Yeah. That's got a nice reverb on it. It's running through that amp. Yeah.
I wish I could play it better than I can play.
No, you're doing fine. Now, that's all I had. I didn't really have anything else.
Well, let's play it out then.
Play it out?
Play it out.
Okay, look, let's, you know what? I just can't get the volume off of that. But. Okay. I don't need this microphone. I'm not singing. I guess I could yodel. Maybe I'll try to yodel.
Where's your harmonica?
I don't know. I don't think I can yodel. Pretty good. We out of time yet?
Let
me play it out. All right,
Oh,
2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Take 2 more
That's pretty good. That's fun, you know. Wish I had more variety to do, but it's the only thing I'm prepared. I'm trying to think of something else we could play real quick at the end. That's pretty good. That's fun, isn't it? We gotta have a band now. I'll have a new song for us next time, and we'll play it.
What was the name of our band again? Pretty noisy.
Pretty noisy. Pretty noisy, yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty noisy. Okay, it's the end of the show. You've suffered long enough.
We'll see you all again sometime soon.
Wait. One
Wait,
thing before we
wait.
go.
Wait. There's more.
Wait, I gotta get.
Back to the guitar stand for Paul.
Hey, you keep yours on.
I got mine on. Paul's switching up something. I'm not sure what's going on. He's taking off his headphones. He's moving to the other side of the table. And the camera changes effectively onto Paul again.
Okay. I guess I could have told you to do this, but I'm just gonna. Now, wait. Where'd it go? That's pretty nice. That's a nice, you know. Okay. Thank you very much.